Welcome to a special edition of Who Do You Love? Tonight we are going to have a celebration of some of my favorite female writers, and basically what it is that we're going to have a sort of a collage. And art, I believe, has a lot of functioning parts. Tonight you're going to see all those parts come together as one force, and the poets that we're going to be celebrating tonight will be Nikki Giovanni, Sonia Sanchez, Audra Lloyd, and also I nearly forgot, Nina Simone, one of my favorite singers. So tonight we're going to start with 4 women of color, and we'll be introduced to Unsilenced.
Reading from Audre Lorde's essay, Transformation of Silence. Quote, "Each of us is here now because in one way or another, we share a commitment to language, to the power of language, and to the reclaiming of that language which has been made to work against us. In the transformation of silence into language and action, it is vitally necessary for each one of us to establish or examine her function in that transformation and to recognize her role as vital within that transformation." End quote. This can only mean women make the world go round.
Reading from Audre Lorde's essay, Scratching the Surface, some notes on barriers to women and loving. Quote, for Black women as well as Black men, it is axiomatic that if we do not define ourselves for ourselves, we will be defined by others for their use and to our detriment. The development of self-defined Black women ready to explore and pursue our power and interests within our communities is a vital component in the war for Black liberation. End quote. I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim song. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs.
I am an endangered species, but I sang no victim songs. I am a woman, I am an artist, yeah, and I know where my voice belongs. I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim song. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs. I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim songs. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs. I am a woman, I exist. I shake my fists, but not my hips. My skin is dark, my body is strong. I sing every breath, no victim songs. I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim song. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs. They cut out my sex, they bind my feet, they silence my reflex, no tongue to speak. I work in the fields, I work in the stars, I type up the deals, and I'm up the floors. I am an endangered species, but I say no victim sound. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs. My body is fertile, I bring life about. Drug, famine, and war, they take them back out. My husband can't beat me, it's right they say, and rape isn't rape. They say I like it that way, no. I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim sound. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs. I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim sound. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs. Hey, I know where my voice belongs. Hey, I know where my soul belongs. Hey, I know where I belong. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, I know where my voice belongs.
Ego tripping, honoring Nikki Giovanni. Reading from Audre Lorde's essay, Poetry is Not a Luxury. Quote, for women then, poetry is not a luxury. It is a vital necessity of our existence. It forms the quality of the life in which we predicate our hopes and dreams toward survival and change. First made into language, then into idea, then into more tangible action. Poetry is the way we help give name to the nameless so it can be thought. The farthest external horizons of our hopes and fears are cobbled by our poems, carved from the rock experiences of our daily lives, end quote. This is what Nikki Giovanni knows.
I was born on the Congo. I walked the Fertile Ground Crescent and built the Sphinx. I designed a pyramid so tough that a star that only glows every 100 years falls in the center, giving divine perfect light. I am bad. I sat on the throne drinking nectar with Allah. I got hot and sent an ice age to Europe to cool my thirst. My oldest daughter is Nefertiti. The tears from my birth pains created the Nile. I am a beautiful woman. I gazed on the forest and burned out the Sahara Desert with a packet of goat's meat and a change of clothes. I crossed it in 2 hours. I am a gazelle so swift, you can't catch me. For a birthday present when he was 3, I gave my son Hannibal an elephant. He gave me Rome for Mother's Day. My strength flows ever on. My son Noah built Newark, and I stood proudly at the helm as we sailed on a soft summer day. I sold diamonds in my backyard. My bowels deliver uranium. The fillings from my fingernails are semi-precious jewels. On a trip north, I caught a cold and blew my nose, giving oil to the Arab world. I am so hip, even my errors are correct. I sailed west to reach east and had to round off the earth as I went. The hair from my head thinned and gold was laid across the continents. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal, I cannot be comprehended except by permission. I mean, I can fly like a bird in the sky.
I must write because it will be balm for other sufferers. I must write because it'll be digest for me. I must write because the words challenge the writer. I write because the ink is my teacher. I must write to honor my creator. I must write to confront the monsters of my soul. I write to hold this flesh accountable. I must write so that the lies don't get mixed up in the truth. I write to get out of mine and others' heads. I must write as a celebration of how far I've come, but as a reminder of how far I can fall. I must write to express the sheer magnitude of gratitude that my heart can't hold over the love of Jesus. I must write to be read. I must write to be a mirror. I write the ugly only to show the beauty. I must write the ugly so it won't be left in the dark to fester and manifest as a cancer on humanity. I must write the ugly to show us that we're all capable of it. I must write to breathe life into the mundane. I write to show that there's a purpose for us. I must write because the world needs wholeness. Because our spirits need surgery, not Band-Aids. I must write to show the colors of mankind, to show the complexities of mankind, to show the wonders of mankind, to show the brokenness of mankind. I must write so that the words can be hugs. I must write as a portal. I will write because there are too many shadows trying to eclipse my sun. I will write because we need to laugh. I write because I'm in a war and because the enemy never gives up. I must write because we need to forgive ourselves. Because there's someone who wants to write but can't. Because there's someone who doesn't want to write but must. Because words are opening up my pores. Because the unspoken need a voice. I write because God told me to.
I give myself permission to write. I give myself permission to write. I give myself permission to write was like my affirmation. I give myself permission to write became my motivation. It was like all pent up cathartic exhalations transformed into verbal cleansing elations. Feel good liberation, like listening to the tunes of Miss Scott, like taking long reflective walks around the block. Once I started writing, my pen couldn't stop and I got open, releasing words unspoken. When I gave myself permission to write, thoughts started flowing and my pen began to ignite. Words in my head, once dead, came to light and I put it to paper. All fear disappeared like a vapor and my courage started growing like a willow tree, blossoming, digging for the word roots deep inside of me. I found my foundation. Elated by my newfound revelation, I exalted in my confirmation that I am a poet. And I put my ego aside and I began to know it. And like a domino effect, the rest of me caught on and I began to show it. So I write. I write my pain, my power, my purpose, my passion, my life. I write to come face to face with the part of me I don't like. I write to ignite bold light, steadily building clarity and insight as I recite. Fueled by my fire, sparks fly like barbed wire. This flow be taking you higher and higher to the highest heights. We take flight through word meditations, life affirmations, giving confirmation to divine creation, chanting these words for whatever ails, never fails or ends. Only a sin spins on its axis and comes back again. Through this pen I purge like herbal elixirs. I speak healing words, feeling words, words that'll make you want to get free words, just be words. So I write.
Little Girl Blue, honoring Nina Simone. reading from Audre Lorde's essay, Learning from the 60s. Quote, "You do not have to be me in order for us to fight alongside each other. I do not have to be you to recognize that our wars are the same. What we must do is commit ourselves to some future that can include each other and to work toward that future with the particular strengths of our individual identities. And in order to do this, we must allow each other our differences at the same time as we recognize our sameness." End quote. Vocalist, musician, songwriter, civil rights activist, agitator, speak her mind, troublemaker, unsilenced in every way, Nina Simone said in her most expressive, poetic voice, "It's an artist's duty to reflect the times."
Aunt Sarah, Saffronia, sweet thing, peaches. Oh, my skin is black. My arms are long. My hair is woolly. My back is strong, strong enough to take the pain inflicted again and again. What do they call me? My name is Aunt Sarah. My name is Aunt Sarah. Aunt Sarah. My skin is yellow. My hair is long. Between two worlds, I do belong. My father was rich and wide. He forced my mother late one night. Hey, what do they call me? My name is Saffronia. My name is Saffronia. my hips invite you, and my mouth like wine. Whose little girl am I for anyone who has money to buy? Oh, what do they call me? My name is sweet, sweet, they call me sweet sweet, yeah, 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 they call me sweet my skin is brown, my manner is tough. I'll kill the first mother I see, 'cause my life has been rough. I'm awfully bitter these days, because my parents were slaves. What do they call me? Hey, what do they call me? What do they call me? My name is Peaches. Saffron, sweet thing, peaches.
I put a spell on you because you're mine. You better stop the things you do. I ain't lying. You know I can't stand it. All you're running around. You know better, Daddy. I can't stand it when you put me down. Put a spell on you because you're mine. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Anyhow. And I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours. because you're mine.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sea line woman, she drink coffee, she drink tea, then she go home, then she go home. Sea line woman, dressed in green, wear silk stockings with them golden seams. Sea line woman, sea line woman, sea line woman, dressed in red, make the man lose his head. Sea line woman, sea line woman, sea line woman, black dress on, $4,000 she wears and she moans. Sea line woman, wiggle, wiggle, turn like a cat, wink at a man and he winks back. Sea line woman, empty his pockets, wreck his days, make him love her, then she fly away. Sea line woman, sea line woman, sea line woman, dressed in green, wear steel stockings with them golden seams. Sea line woman, 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 she drink coffee, she drink tea, then she go home, then she go home. Sea line woman, sea line woman, sea line woman, dressed in black, $4,000 she wears and she moans. Sea line woman, then she go home. Sea line woman, sea line woman, sea line woman, dressed in red. Sea line woman, black dress on. Sea line woman, she drink coffee, then she go home, then she go home.
For colored girls who believe Black Lives Matter, honoring Ntozake Shange. Reading from Audre Lorde's essay, The Uses of Anger. Quote, women responding to racism means women responding to anger, the anger of exclusion, of unquestioned privilege, of racial distortions, of silence, ill use, stereotyping, defensiveness, misnaming, betrayal, and co-optation. Every woman has a well-stocked arsenal of anger, potentially useful against those oppressions, personal and institutional, which brought that anger into being. Focused with precision, it can become a powerful source of energy serving progress and change. Everything can be used, except what is wasteful. You will need to remember this when you are accused of destruction. End quote.
Excerpt from For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow is Enough. Don't tell nobody, don't tell a soul. We are animals. Have we gone crazy? I can't hear anything but maddening screams and the soft strains of death. And you promised me, somebody, anybody, sing a black girl song, bring her out to know herself, to know you, but sing her rhythms, caring, struggle, hard times, sing her song of life. She's been dead so long, closed in silence so long, she doesn't know the sound of her own voice, her infinite beauty. She half notes scatters without rhythm, no tune. Sing her sighs, sing the song of her possibilities, sing a righteous gospel. Let her be born, and handled warmly.
I wanted to cry today, but then I said, why should I show them my tears? Why do they get to know how deep white supremacy cuts me? Why should they get my vulnerability and my exposure? Why should I allow privacy to our wounds? They haven't earned that. Even my bleeding poet heart would not allow it. They can't possibly understand about the damage of their white privilege, even though they're so eloquently and passionately acknowledging the existence of it. They can't possibly understand and fathom the chasms of blood between us. I quietly wonder, are they just being politically correct? Are they tiptoeing on landmines and walking on eggshells just because our black bodies surround them in class? I could not speak, because if I did, my mouth would crack open with ancestral moans, and hundreds of years of black pain, anguish, despair, and grief would spill amongst the floorboards. Long, deep cries of the spirit, and it would never stop. Even their sympathy and sincerity was hard to swallow, and they could have really meant it. But it doesn't matter, because my people are swimming in impassioned white apology. See, I can't have this conversation with them. No, they need to have it amongst themselves. They need to figure out what to do about their white supremacy and their white privilege. Don't castigate my people, then ask us to have a powwow about it. No, y'all do that. Y'all talk. And they could have truly been genuine. But it doesn't matter, because this 3-hour class cannot contain the behemoth of racism, the blood, this death, this present day strange fruit.
How we got over. How we got over. From power to the people, when I'm black and I'm proud, saying it loud, fists in the air, unity in the community. I'm my brother and sister's keeper, resisting by any means necessary, taking it to the streets. How we got over, letting our souls speak. From the beat of our drums to the melodies we've hummed is how we got over. From foot stomping to hand clapping to Sunday morning soul gatherings, we stood strong, speaking in blues codes, sending messages of freedom from the young to the old. How we got over, through the Underground Railroad and freedom rides, resilient, often awe-inspiring, through the most treacherous of times, from slave ships and plantations, lynchings, whips and chains, Jim Crow, COINTELPRO, marches, sit-ins, boycotts, a people enraged, yet we survived, found the will to stay alive, and somehow still remain dignified through being called nigger, boy, mammy, gal, spook, jigaboo, darky, underclass, second class, less than human minority, never accepting labels of inferiority, fighting back through the sheer genius encoded in our DNA. Not backing down, and when we did, it was only a part of the strategy and plan to outsmart, and that we did through pressure and demands, changing the course of history to come, battle after battle we faced to overcome. Every time they thought we'd been defeated, we'd rise and regenerate, rallying a call far and wide to obliterate oppression, inequality, and hate. When we speak, the world stops and listens through our songs, our sermons, our rhymes, and our rhythms, moving mountains and legislations, making the powers that be pay attention and remind them that we are the power. We are the power. We are the power. We are the power.
We are Africa, because our righteous roots grow revolutionary into a mass of tangled strands that we've twisted into self-styled blackness. We are coiffed by Africa's ancestral spirit, a Senegalese spirit, bounded by baobab roots, grounded by Africa's revolutionary rise to full-blown blackness. We are threaded with her rhythmic strands, revealing the soulful spirit that make us boogie to the blackness bellowed by the roots. Their music, revolutionary, because it is Africa's. We embrace Africa's earthy strands, awash in a revolutionary sun-soaked spirit, drenched in roots, drowned in the likeness of blackness, our blackness, colored by Africa's regal rich roots, her natty dread strands locked tightly till we hear our Swahili spirits speaking in tongues revolutionary. So revolutionary that blackness dwells in our spirits, lives in our Africa-Saharan strands, resides in our dark desert roots. We are blessed with the spirit of these roots, coiled into revolutionary strands with a blackness that is forever Africa's. We are she. Homegirls and hand grenades, honoring Sonia Sanchez. Why we, the people, honor her. When she speaks, Sonia Sanchez's voice is melodic and mesmerizing, with an ability to cause us to take a moment to absorb what is behind her tone. She embodies what it means to be a teaching artist, someone committed to educating the community about the role of artistic practice in addressing what it means to be human in the midst of challenges within the socio-economic political arena. We honor her because she allows us to believe that speaking our mind is simultaneously an act of necessary revolution and healing. She has created a path that allows we, the people, to become unsilenced.
Reading from Audre Lorde's essay, Uses of Erotic, the Erotic as Power. Quote, "For once we begin to feel deeply all the aspects of our lives, we begin to demand from ourselves and from our life pursuits that they feel in accordance with that joy which we knew ourselves to be capable of. Our erotic knowledge empowers us, becomes a lens through which we scrutinize all aspects of our existence, forcing us to evaluate those aspects honestly in terms of their relative meaning in our lives. And this is a grave responsibility, projected from within each of us, not to settle for the convenient, the shoddy, the conventionally expected, nor the merely safe, end quote.
Sonia said, poetry will wait for you. It will wait as you reach for those spoken words you wrote about yourself. Your poetic words will rejuvenate you and nurse you back to health. They will heal you right now, heal you right where you be. They will heal your whole soul. No need to wait. You'll see. Don't sigh and starve your soul to death. Don't inhale your last breath as the words sent to save you sit waiting to be resaid. Take them on your journey to work. Embrace them as you sleep in your bed, but don't keep your warrior words hidden under cover, hidden from yourself, hidden while you hover, fearful of the fictionalized version of your truth, fearful of the tales of your yesterday's youth. Find them. Your fiery words are foolproof. Her brother Abiodun said, go back and get those spoken words. They're imprinted inside your insides. You're the one who wrote them in first person. You're the one who said, I and I. Re-say your words to yourself as much as you can. You'll feel your heart open, feel your soul smile again. So I went back and got those spoken words I wrote about myself. My poetic words will rejuvenate me and nurse me back to health. They will heal me right now, heal me right where I be. They will heal my whole soul. No need for me to wait. I can see when Sonia said poetry will wait for you, she was talking to me, because I wrote, I am a miracle. I'm a materialized manifestation of she. I'm like a goddess given supernatural ability to transform, transcend, to be tranquility. The faculties of God emanate from my chi, which means I can't help but to be free, to be at peace, to live in harmony. I am a miracle, which means you too can be.
I, a young woman, woke up one day feeling the need to say something about my neighborhood, my family, me. Only problem was didn't know what or how to say it, so I walked, ran, raced in search of someone, something to show me how to release the words tangled in my thoughts, matted in my mind, struggling for existence. When one day I found myself standing in front of a bookstore. Don't even know how I got there, yet there I was, staring at a bright red bomb, looking back at me, exploding all through me, beckoning me into its bright red light. Home girls and hand grenades is what it said. Read every word, ate it up, devoured it like it was a piece of my mama's fried chicken. It gave me an appetite, a hunger to know this author, this poet, this Sonia. So I began to feed off of her, and she became my homecoming. And because I've been a woman too, under a soprano sky, I made a sound investment in my own thoughts. My words began to form love poems of self, of family, of community. I could feel Sonia's songs, and through her I came to know how we be a bad people. I began to move to the rhythm of my own magic, and like the singing coming off the drums, the music from my ancestors began to move through me. I could hear the motion. Still, having swallowed this sister, this Sonia, I questioned these emotions taking up residence in my thoughts. I soon began to doubt myself. Could I, would I, this new word warrior, having been wounded in the house of a friend, also survive? But as I began to digest Sonia's song, the answer became apparent. My spirit, like my people, can survive anything. And I knew that even the echoes of outsiders shouting, "Does your house have lions?" into my soul could not silence the sound. or stagger the motion of Sister Sonia's words as they move through me, pushing my own thoughts into the light.
This is not a small voice by Sonia Sanchez. This is not a small voice you hear. This is a large voice coming out of these cities. This is the voice of Latanya, Khadijah, Shaniqua. This is the voice of Antoine, Darryl, Shaquille, running over waters, navigating the hallways of our schools, spilling out on the corners of our cities, and no epitaphs spilled out of their river mouths. This is not a small love, you hear? This is a large love, a passion for kissing learning on its face. This is a love that crowns the feet with hands, that nourishes, conceives, fills the water sails, mends the children. Fold them inside our history where they toast more than flesh, where they suck the bones of the alphabet and spit out closed vowels. This is a love colored with iron and lace. This is a love initialed Black Genius. This is not a small voice, you hear?
I shall become a collector of me and put meat on my bones.
I shall become a collector of me.
I shall become a collector of me and put meat on my bones.
I shall become a collector of me and put meat on my soul.
I shall become a collector of me and put meat on my soul.
Ibe-yi-ye, ibe-yi-ye, ibe-yi-ye.
It'll get better.
Ibe-yi-ye.
It'll get better.
I am De Maria, dancing every day, accepting who I am and who I'm not. My life, always I try to reach for that inspiration, reach for that augmentation.
Just like my mama, I always zealously sing God's melody inside of life's nor'easters and grow myself and the world into everyday rainbows.
I am Rhonda, rising radiantly, righteous and resolute, always ascending above adversity, having the courage to speak my truth, holding on to my dreams, never giving up no matter how hard this journey may seem, defying the odds like divine divas do, a wondrous woman who just happens to be doing her thing ever so astoundingly.
I am Deborah. Determined to make a difference, I evidence my mother's wisdom with bodacious words and righteous rhythms wrapped round African curves.
I am Pat, proud African teacher, weaving words as weapons to arm my community. I'd like to introduce Together, we are women unsilenced.
I wish you all could be here. This was amazing. I feel like I'm in the middle of the Harlem Renaissance, but I'll call it a Philadelphia resurgence. What I would like for you to do, you've met this wonderful collective. I would like for one of you just to step forward and tell us how this came about and what is the purpose.
Again, my name is Pat McLean, and actually it came about because we've performed together collectively, and back in September, I received a grant from the city of Philadelphia to do poetry in public spaces, and we wanted to do something that could engage the community, and so we came up, Deborah Powell-Wright and I came up with the title of Unsilenced, because a lot of times people can't find their own voice, and we know that arts can give them the voice.
That brings to conclusion very special Who Do You Love? And at this point, actually, you can see who I love. So I want to thank you all for being here. And as we end, I actually want to ask Rhonda just to sing us out. Please, please, please come visit us on the website. Please check out Moonstone Art Center. Please support PhillyCam. This is for Philadelphia.
Yes. This is for those in the thick of domestic violence situations. Boom, 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 boom. Every day is another battle. Every day is another scream. Every day is another day that he take away her dreams. Limed up her face and blacked her eyes, and giving herself to him was the nature of